That's good. Thank you all.
Frank might have something
I'm sorry, Mayor.
on the agenda.
I will give you mine in a minute. Good afternoon, everyone. The chairman is running late. He is on his way, but he has asked me to start the meeting. So I will do the roll call. So we have Mary Townsend, Superintendent McCaffrey,
Present.
Darlene Necco as a member of the public, and Mr. Janolfi.
Here,
Are you a member of
I'm a member of the committee.
the committee? Thank you so much. No worries. If we can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Continuing on with items of new business. Item 1, discussion of Warwick School Meal Program Payment Policy. I unfortunately need to report that I did not get done what I was hoping to get done on that agenda item. So I apologize for that, and we'll move that ahead to next month. The second item, discussion of the 5-year deficit reduction plan proposal. I wanted to take a moment to just review this draft document that is very much a draft with the fiscal subcommittee. I know there are some people who have been present for the budget commission meetings. This looks very similar, but I just wanted to go over a couple few points. So what we are looking at is the deficit for fiscal year 25, spreading that over the course of 5 years. The projected deficit for fiscal year 26 and spreading that over the course of time as well. There are some assumptions that are within here. First off, I need to state, so in terms of the revenue, so the revenue portion takes into consideration, as some of you are aware, a city or a municipality cannot provide more than a 4% increase in aid each year. So for each year of the deficit,
Without going for General Assembly.
correct, without going to thank you, Superintendent, without going to the General Assembly for approval. So each year of the deficit reduction plan takes into consideration 2 factors from the city. One is the increase of the city appropriation, which we were looking at over the course of the 5 years is 2.5%. And then a line that is called city allocation specific for deficit reduction. That is not additional money for us to spend, or, that money is specifically allocated for the deficit reduction plan, and it's simply going to be an in and an out behind the scenes, so that between what they're going to be giving us for an increase in city aid, plus the amount set aside specific for deficit reduction, the 2 of those numbers together do not go above 12% each year. Our state aid, so the number that we have for state aid, when you look at our state aid historically, it was not easy to look at a trend and to see how that was going to increase. So the Auditor General had suggested to us that we use a 3% increase each year, which is what we did on that. One of the items of discussion from the chairman during a meeting with the Auditor General was, if we budgeted 3% increase in state aid and not knowing what our state aid was going to be, if there was an increase, could the difference between what we budgeted and the actual could, the budget commission take that additional money and deduct it from what the city was going to give us? Auditor General said, yes, that was something that could be done.
Can you repeat that one again?
So we budgeted,
You heard it correctly.
so we budgeted 3% increase
State
in increase in state aid.
aid.
So the budget commission chairman asked if the actual number comes in higher than 3%,
Mhm.
the difference of the increase,
Yeah.
could we take that difference and deduct it from what the city was going to be giving us? Which of course, the Auditor General said, yes. you could
So
certainly-"
we're projecting 2.5 from the city,
Correct,
and the state gives us 4%. The city could give us only 1.5?
correct. Exactly. So what happened was, so what exactly happened was, we budgeted 3%. The actual increase from the state, as of right now, was 4.9.
So we can end up with theoretically
So-
0.6% this year.
So which actually, it was $965,448, I think. So deducting that number from the proposed city aid was gonna bring their 2.5% down to 1.83. Given
I
the
thought it'd be even less.
given
Of
given
those
the
amounts.
fact of the uncertainty of the federal funding at this particular point, with the numbers of staffing that we have that are sitting within the title grants and the IDEA grant. So we, so what we came to a more or less a verbal agreement, we still have to flesh this out, is that we will be allowed to keep our state aid in full, with the caveat that that is to be used for certain expenses, such as keeping staff in place if there is a significant reduction in federal funding, transportation, middle school sports, special education, out of district placements. So the chairman of the budget commission at the, after a discussion with the school committee chairman, agreed that we could develop a carve out so that those funds won't be used for just expenses that we need, that those funds are going to be targeted specifically for needs if there are any reductions in federal funds.
I think one of the speakers at public comment pointed out clearly that state aid has a specific purpose and is not intended to be used to supplant local aid. So they made that pretty clear at one of the meetings. I forget who said it, but one of the speakers at one of the public meetings made that pretty clear.
So they're talking about Cabos for federal though only, maybe? Still-
Positions,
still
if
fluctuating.
there is a reduction in federal funding, transportation,
That anything over the 3% can go for that.
middle school sports, special education, out of district tuitions, right? There's, as you know, we've got a revolving door in terms of students that come in and out. So, yeah, so again, not so that we wouldn't be allocating those funds for a frivolous expense.
So it's not limited just to filling in the gap of the cuts in federal. It could be anything. Because I got I heard the federal part. But
Right,
it could be used for just as long as whatever this list will be,
correct,
which would be better than,
correct,
and that's not a sign that's sealed and delivered yet.
correct. And like I reminded them, neither is the state aid, because they will do another review of in the beginning of June. They'll do a revenue poll of the May data. They'll do a March 1st enrollment poll. And if we lose a number of students, then there could be a reduction, or if we have an increase, we could see more. So that first state aid number that the governor gave us was good. So, but that's not set in stone.
It never is.
No.
The General Assembly, I would think they'll agree, they usually increase whatever the governor historically, but do we have a 10-year record of what the state aid's been, or a 5-year record? Do we have that?
Yes, we did a look back going, I think back to 2011, and it's just like this. So
Do you know
can't-
the lowest we got percentage wise, and, or do you have an average?
We've been trending positively lately, last few years, last
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah, the last couple of years, they've been pretty good. Maybe depending on the speakers, if they're from Warwick or not. I don't know.
Tucket didn't have any problems for a 10-year period.
I've got that somewhere. If you can bear with me for 1 second.
But Warwick was a good state for a few years, did it?
Sorry about this. I'm not quite sure where
Well, why don't you, when you get it, you can send it to us.
okay.
You don't,
But we did the same. We've got a sheet it's on the same sheet. I'll send it. It's got the local appropriation and it's got the state aid appropriation.
dollars in percents?